What if I told you that everything you've been taught about working hard and saving for retirement is completely outdated? That there's a way to break free from the 9-to-5 grind and live the life you've always dreamed of, right now. Sounds too good to be true, right? But it's not. And in today's video, I will show you exactly how to do it, based on one of the most game-changing books of our time, The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. So, if you're tired of feeling stuck in the daily grind, if you've ever dreamed of ditching the cubicle for good, or if you just want more freedom in your life, stick around. This video is for you. Let's kick things off with a story. Imagine this. You're at your desk, staring at the clock. It's 2:43 p.m. You're counting the minutes until 5 o'clock, but you know the real countdown is to something much bigger: retirement. The idea is drilled into us from a young age. Work hard now, save up, and someday, maybe in your 60s or 70s, you'll finally get to enjoy life. But Tim Ferriss flips that idea on its head. He asks a simple yet powerful question: why wait? Why not design your life so that you can enjoy it now? This is where he introduces the concept of the new rich. These are people who value time and mobility over hoarding wealth. Instead of dreaming about retirement, they focus on creating a life that blends work and pleasure seamlessly. The first step in this journey is definition. And it's not just about defining what you want in life, but also redefining your approach to work. Ferriss argues that the old model of working long hours to make more money is broken. Instead, he encourages us to identify what we want, whether it's traveling the world, spending more time with family, or pursuing a passion, and then figure out how to make it happen sooner rather than later. For Ferriss, the key is to stop deferring happiness. Life isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. And that starts with asking yourself some tough questions. What would I do if I didn't have to work? What does my perfect day look like? By defining what success really means to you, you can start to see a path to achieving it, without waiting for some far-off day in the future. Let's be real for a second. How much of your day is spent on stuff that doesn't actually matter? We all have those moments when we feel like we're just spinning our wheels, checking emails, sitting in endless meetings, dealing with distractions. It's exhausting, and worst of all, it keeps us from doing the things that actually make a difference. Ferriss's next step is all about elimination. Cutting out the noise so you can focus on what really matters. He introduces the 80-20th principle, which is pretty simple but incredibly powerful. 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. So, what does that mean for you? It means you need to figure out which tasks are actually moving the needle and which ones are just wasting your time. Ferriss also talks about something he calls the low-information diet. Now, don't worry, he's not telling you to go on a food diet. Instead, it's about cutting down on the overwhelming amount of information we're bombarded with every day. News, social media, constant notifications, they're all distractions that keep you from focusing on what's really important. So, here's the challenge. What can you eliminate from your daily routine that's not adding value? Maybe it's cutting back on social media time. Maybe it's saying no to meetings that don't have a clear purpose. Whatever it is, start making room for the things that truly matter. All right, now that you've cleared out the clutter, let's talk about one of my favorite topics: automation. Imagine being able to make money while you sleep, travel, or spend time with your family. Sounds like a dream, right? But it's totally possible, and Ferriss shows us how. The idea here is to create systems that run on autopilot, so you don't have to be constantly hands-on. One of the biggest ways to do this is through outsourcing. Ferriss is a big advocate for virtual assistants, people who can handle all the small tasks that eat up your time, from managing your emails to scheduling your appointments. This frees you up to focus on the bigger picture, like growing your business or, you know, living your life. But automation isn't just about outsourcing tasks. It's also about creating passive income streams. Ferriss calls these muses, businesses that are designed to run with minimal input from you. Maybe it's an online store, a digital product, or an affiliate marketing setup. The key is to find something that can generate income without requiring you to be involved every step of the way. Now, this doesn't mean you can just set it and forget it. It takes some work up front to get everything running smoothly. But once it's in place, the goal is to have a business that gives you the freedom to spend your time how you want. So, you've defined what you want, eliminated what you don't, and automated the rest. Now comes the fun part. Liberation. This is where you finally break free from the traditional work week and start living life on your terms. For a lot of people, the idea of working remotely, or even just taking extended time off, can be intimidating. But Ferriss shows us that it's not only possible, it's essential. He talks about the concept of mini retirements, taking time off throughout your life to travel, learn new skills, or just relax, rather than waiting until you're too old to enjoy it. Liberation is all about designing a life that you don't need to escape from. And it's not just about quitting your job and moving to a beach, though if that's your thing, go for it. It's about having the freedom to choose how and where you spend your time. Whether that's traveling the world, spending more time with family, or diving into a passion project, the goal is to live a life that feels fulfilling every single day. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that the life you always dreamed of is within reach. You just have to approach it differently. Let me tell you a story about Sarah. She was a hard worker, never took a day off, always saving for that magical retirement at 65. But one day, Sarah woke up and realized something. Life was passing her by. Her dreams of traveling, learning new languages, and just experiencing the world were getting put on hold. She started to wonder, why do we wait until we're old and tired to live the life we want? Tim Ferriss would say Sarah had fallen into the same trap that so many of us do. We think that we have to work non-stop, save every penny, and then, finally, when we're old, we can enjoy the fruits of our labor. But here's the truth. Waiting for retirement is a gamble. And that's where the concept of mini retirements comes in. Instead of working non-stop for decades, Ferriss suggests taking regular breaks throughout your life, mini retirements, to enjoy the present. It's about spreading those dream experiences across your entire life, rather than cramming them all into your golden years. Think of it this way. You don't have to wait until you're 65 to live in a foreign country, learn a new skill, or just take a few months off to recharge. You can do it now. Whether it's a few weeks, a few months, or even a year, these mini retirements allow you to live your dreams throughout your life. And it doesn't have to be expensive or extravagant. Ferriss provides practical advice on how to take these breaks without breaking the bank, like traveling to countries with a lower cost of living, or even just finding ways to work remotely while you're abroad. Imagine this. You wake up to the sound of waves crashing on the beach. You grab your laptop, check a few emails, and then spend the rest of the day exploring a new city or relaxing in the sun. No commute, no office politics, just you and your work, wherever you want to be. Sounds like a dream, right? But for a lot of people, this is their reality. And Ferriss believes it can be yours too. In this chapter, he tackles the traditional office environment and shows us why it's no longer necessary, or even productive. Ferriss argues that the office is a relic of the past. In today's digital age, most of us can do our jobs from anywhere in the world. Yet, we're still tied to these outdated concepts of working from a cubicle 9 to 5. But here's the thing. If you can prove that you can be just as productive, or even more so, outside of the office, why not make the case to work remotely? Ferriss provides a step-by-step guide on how to negotiate remote work with your employer. He shows you how to gradually transition from working in the office to working from home, and, eventually, working from anywhere. It's all about demonstrating that you can deliver results without being chained to a desk. And if you're an entrepreneur or self-employed, this chapter is a goldmine. Ferriss shares tips on setting up a mobile office, managing your team remotely, and ensuring that your business runs smoothly no matter where you are. Let's take a moment to reflect. Imagine hitting the reset button on your life. What would you change? How would you redesign your daily routine, your work, your relationships? It might sound overwhelming, but that's exactly what Ferriss challenges us to do in the final chapter of the 4-Hour Workweek. He calls it the System Reset, a complete overhaul of the way we approach life and work. And here's the kicker. It's not about making one big change overnight. It's about small, consistent steps that add up to a life that feels fulfilling, exciting, and meaningful. Ferriss encourages us to take a step back and really think about what we want out of life. Not what society tells us we should want, but what truly matters to us. Maybe it's more time with family. Maybe it's traveling the world. Or maybe it's starting a new business or learning a new skill. Whatever it is, this chapter is all about creating a plan to make it happen. But it's not just about making plans. It's about taking action. Ferriss provides exercises and tools to help you start implementing these changes right away. From setting goals to eliminating distractions, from building automated income streams to taking mini retirements, this chapter ties everything together into a cohesive strategy for living life on your own terms. And the best part? Ferriss shows us that it's never too late or too early to hit that reset button. Whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or beyond, there's always an opportunity to redesign your life in a way that brings you joy and fulfillment. So, what's the final takeaway from all of this? It's that you don't have to live your life by someone else's rules. The 4-Hour Workweek isn't just a guide to working less, it's a blueprint for living more. It's about breaking free from the traditional work week, eliminating the unnecessary, automating what you can, and ultimately creating a life that feels rich, not just in terms of money, but in terms of experiences, relationships, and happiness. It's about realizing that you have the power to design your own life right now, not someday in the distant future. Whether it's taking a mini retirement, working remotely, or completely resetting your life, the possibilities are endless. But it all starts with making that first decision, to live intentionally and to create a life that you love. So, what will you choose? The same old routine or something different? If you're ready to start designing your 4-Hour Workweek, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what changes you're planning to make. Remember, life's too short to wait. Start living it now.